While the same meeting by the State Council also decided to take a step towards using the RMB to settle trade with Hong Kong and some other neighbouring trade partners, it has named 5 cities that will participate in the trials. Sun Jiayu reports.
The State Council has named Shanghai as well as 4 other cities in southern China's province of Guangdong to start the trial scheme. Those 4 cities are Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Zhuhai, and Dongguan. The approval paves the way for municipal authorities to make specific arrangements for the launch of the program. Its general outline was unveiled in December. The State Council said in a statement that carrying out RMB settlement in cross-border trade has significant meaning for the promotion of bilateral trade with neighboring countries and regions. RMB settlement would also help to prevent exchange rate risks and to promote stable foreign trade growth. The State Council also urged the relevant departments to issue management rules as soon as possible to regulate RMB trade settlement activities and maintain stable progress of trial work. Sun Jiayu, CCTV.
And the Hong Kong SAR government has welcomed the mainland move. The SAR says it's completed the necessary technical preparations to become the first partner outside the mainland in the pilot program. And Hong Kong is already conducting some yuan service actually. In the past 5 years, residents have been able to set up yuan-dominated bank accounts, and some retail outlets accept payment in yuan, and mainland financial institutions were also allowed to issue yuan-dominated bonds in the SAR in 2007. And earlier Professor Xiao Geng from Tsinghua University talked with us, saying the move will help balance China's trade surplus.
It would certainly help to reduce China's trade surplus, because now when China imports from other countries, China can basically forget about the exchange rate risk and basically ask them to pay in RMB. And also when we buy, we also pay in RMB. And for other countries, they are very happy to accept the RMB, because the RMB is becoming very popular especially among neighboring countries.
And now let's get some background on China's currency settlement moves. Chen Junfeng takes review.
The State Council has actually previously allowed several of its provinces and cities to use the yuan for trade settlements in trials. In December last year, the provinces of Yunnan and Guangxi were permitted to use the yuan in trade settlements with the Association of Southeast Asian Countries, or ASEAN. The Po and Yangtze River Delta regions were permitted to use the yuan for settlements of trade with Hong Kong and Macau. In fact, China started yuan settlement with neighboring countries as early as the 1990s. According to the central bank, China signed yuan settlement agreements with Vietnam, Mongolia, Laos, Nepal, Russia, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and the DPRK. The Chinese currency was used in trade settlements worth 23 billion yuan last year. Some analysts even say the Chinese RMB is already a semi-international currency. This is not only because the yuan is used in trading with neighboring countries, it's also used in international bank transactions when Chinese bank cards are used overseas. Zheng Junfeng, CCTV.
Right, that was a very brief review of China's currency settlement moves. But since the outbreak of global financial crisis, the People's Bank of China has signed currency swap agreements with 6 regions and nations. And this is in the drive to free up trade finance channels that have been clogged by the global credit crunch. The agreement totals 650 billion yuan RMB. The PBOC is currently talking with the other central banks which have similar demands, and analysts believe the moves will expand the role of RMB overseas. This is News Hour. Coming up next, U.S. Senator John McCain stresses the importance of relations with China, calling the country one of the world's strong economies. And the Italian Prime Minister visits the quake zone as the death toll reaches 272.